Hello and welcome to my channel. This is my first voice recorded video, so please bear with me because my equipment is pretty much improvised. But I felt like I have to make video about this aircraft because I have never touched it before, and when I did it finally, I have speeded it in one match. This thing is simply insane. How fast it is, firepower mm, for its rank, it's pretty much standard. However, the rate of fire, it's so quick that you will find yourself pilot sniping pretty often. Um, in terms of aircraft, the aircraft is very fast, and the reason for it is that the game is simulating how this aircraft is actually how it actually was in real life. In real life, they wanted to make aircraft as streamlined as possible. That's why they hid every single piece of cooling system inside the fuselage and wings and tail basically everywhere. Here is oil cooling system which is practically standard. However, you got oil cooling system here in a tail, in a wing, in the edge of the wing. And if you will compare it with aircraft from similar age or era, let's see a BF-109C1, you can see how much the cooling system is dragging the aircraft back, and plus the antenna here, and I think the game is simulating the real life performance of the aircraft pretty well. About the real life performance a little bit later in the gameplay. And now to the gameplay. I challenged myself to actually go ahead and speed this aircraft in one match, and that's basically what happened. So without further ado, let's have a look on the gameplay. As you can see on the left corner, the aircraft is completely stock and in performance wise. In terms of gun is stock as well. You can see it by default belt, so not even belt is researched. Let's see how it accelerates. Pretty good, I would say. Stock aircraft first on the runway. That is very good. While we're climbing into altitude, let's have a look on the history of this aircraft. Designed by Henkel. The prototype flew first in 1938, and in 1939 it set world speed record flying 463 miles per hour. That was achieved with a pilot named Hans Diertle, and despite this achievement, the HU-100 never entered mass production. Prototypes were sold to Soviet Union and Japan. Well, about the mass production, I can imagine why they didn't choose to manufacture these aircraft. The 109 was much cheaper to produce and much easier, even despite the by much lower speeds achieved by the 109. It made sense. Here I am attacking the first opponent, but I was simply too far. In terms of my gameplay, I am not the best player by any means, but this plane can carry me into being first in a leaderboard pretty easy. Now I'm extending a little bit and climbing because I can see a few players in altitude. However, I can use my speed to actually go through the furball of enemies in below me and get away with it, because that's how this plane basically works. You can hit and run without much of a consequence. I would like to focus in the future in a dedicated video how to counter this plane. I don't know how relevant it is. If you would tell me in the comments if you want to see it or not, that would be great. Now I can't aim basically because I am not used to this aircraft too much. However, the high speed maneuvering of the nose of the aircraft, not fundamentally turning. You don't have to turn fight with it, but just to get nose on target, that's enough. And in high speed, with low drag, with really good speed retention, that's the key for success in this setup. As you can see, most of the opponents are down below me, so I can simply turn around, use my speed, hit again and run. And that's exactly what I will do. These P-26s are so pretty to fly. Poor guys who fly them. Yeah, and now I would like to touch on the how this plane taking hits. It used to be much more fragile. I get few hits there and nothing is leaking. I am basically full power, and all these wings are basically cooling systems, and nothing is leaking. That's actually much better than it used to be. It used to be that I get one hit with 7.7 and my engine would probably cook, so I would need to return to base. However, I get few hits into the cowling of the engine and nothing basically happened. Now let's see another head on, and we missed each other completely. That's alright, because I don't want to be hit and I can come to him later. Here it's another attack in high speed. I managed to hit him a few times. However, he fly pretty much straight and doesn't seems to be minding too much of the damage. Now I'm extending to get a little bit of altitude and therefore more energy. He smashed the water, and that's points for me basically. Now they basically have lost. They can't do anything right now. They are so low and so low on energy, they can't do anything. And this is the thing what players need to learn in the low tier. How to maintain their energy, otherwise they will end up exactly like them. And don't get me wrong, I like mm, getting points by shooting at them. However, I know exactly how they feel. I know how I felt when I was flying this aircraft before, and it's frustrating. It's really frustrating because it's like jet in the low tier. Now he managed to finally damage one of my radiators in the tail. So I decided to go to base. He decided to follow me, and when I realized that I got so much speed that I can turn it into the altitude and still be safe, I decide to go a little bit into the climb. I am close to my airfield, so I am not worried about my cooling system getting um, leaks or something. So I can commit to fight, and he's committed as well. He doesn't want to go back to base. He just want to shoot something. Me too, basically. However, I am in a much more advantageous position, and I managed to get my nose on target, and that's what I was talking about. The high speed or higher speed, because it was only 400 kilometers per hour, and that nose reacted pretty nicely. In the higher speed, you can get into some sort of stiffness as well with this aircraft, but it's manageable. You can basically make people go after you, and then you can finish them. Back in altitude, and there is bomber underneath. So there is only thing to do in this setup. Just attack it, and before he is taken out by our airfield, because he is obviously not experienced enough, and he doesn't realize that the airfield will shoot him down anyway in this altitude. So I need to get him before the airfield does. I'm just trying the range, and kilometer basically works. And damage of fuselage, and that was basically it for him. Too much damage of the fuselage of the bomber with 7.8 millimeter machine guns. That's insane. If it would be pilot snipe, I would understand, but damage of the fuselage, I don't get it. But whatever. 5 kills. Now I've decided to go after ground targets, and these armored cars seem to me like there are good opportunity to get some points, and to make sure that I'm speeding this aircraft in the first match. However, these belts just doesn't work against armored cars. You need to hit them from the top, I think. Otherwise, default belts doesn't work with the HE 100. You can basically shoot the AAs. However, With this aircraft, it's risky business because you got these cooling systems everywhere. So any hit of the AA flag and my tail is losing oil. Therefore, I need to go back to the airfield. Here I am preparing to land, and I am not using the gears or undercarriage because it's faster to stop without it. However, if your crew is low on stamina, they are red, it can kill them. Okay, let's take off and let's see what we got. So, last bomber of the gameplay in front of us. Let's take some speed and let's try to engage him. In this setup, I can basically attack from the bottom because I got so much speed and he's not the fastest aircraft in the world anyway. So I can just try to shoot him like this, and game decided to stop. We won, but it could be interesting to see if I would be able to score the shutdown. Pretty positive for the HE100, so probably it would work. However, game decided otherwise. Let's see. We got first place, some other rewards, and I can speed this aircraft in after first match as I won it. Good job, HE100. That was pretty much what we wanted from you. The other match wasn't so good. However, we can compare the takeoff and find out how acceleration work after the upgrades. And yeah, in a winter map you can actually vapping much longer in this plane. In some planes it doesn't matter too much, but with this one it is noticeable how much you can vap. And now I am in climbing and maintaining nearly 300. I'm accelerating to 300 kilometers per hour without any problem. Look at this climb performance. It's crazy for 1.7 aircraft. Another thing, with the German low trajectory, I would recommend the Tracer belts. They seems to be working better than the others. For me, that's my opinion, basically. I'm still trying to climb because I can see it's up there. So gameplay could be more interesting. However, I made one fatal mistake which I want to show you. Yeah, P-36, he could actually get into much better maneuvering, and I wouldn't be able to catch him off guard like that. However, he didn't, and that's why I managed to score so many hits. Now, about the mistake. there is P400 and I didn't realize or I forgot or something that he got so much range and 20 mil. That was I guess that was 20 mil and that cost me wing. And I'm basically toast.
280, 1500 meters.
In the next game, I was down tiered, and this is crazy thing about this aircraft. How low can this actually play? And what kind of aircraft can you see? Look at it. There is biplanes around me, and biplanes against me. There is basically only thing what they can do is maneuver and make me miss. But if I'll be trying to shut them down, I can basically boom and zoom how much I want, and they can do anything about it. And you will see it later in the game. It's in this setup. This plane is basically evil. So we got some enemies on the left, and it looks like most enemies are underneath, and we got some bombers in the clouds, but I don't have to be worried about bombers too much because they have too much payload, so they are not able to run over our bases and destroy them in one run. They have to do several of them, and that's where I can shut them down. Now, P-26s against me. They can't do anything against this aircraft. Actually, this is the F-104 moment. If you getting down tier with this aircraft. What I mean is that you are so fast that no one can catch you. No one in the lobby can catch you. That's. It seems. It feels like you are cheating or something. And that was nice maneuvering from him. However, if I'll be continuing my path and boom and zooming on them, boom and run tactics, they can't do anything against me. And then there is friendlies, and they can distract them as well. So in this setup, this plane is basically cheat. Slow this fury is against it. I'm closing in like this stationary. And there he goes. Gladiator. I didn't feel too good about it to shoot at these guys. However, I just wanted to get point across. You could see the videos with HE111 from like 1 year ago, and basically everyone's saying the same, and I just wanted to try if it's still the same, but basically it's with small difference. I think this time around the HE100 have a little bit more endurance, if you will, and it doesn't get damaged so easily. And these guns just working better for me than 20 mils German ones, in a sense that they shooting pilots pretty nicely. And 20 mils are nerfed, I guess. I was a little bit worried here with a Key 10 because it can helicopter pretty nicely. And it didn't work for him. Now I'm just using speed. It's not even boom and zoom much. Oh, well, it is, but to extend from them, I'm using the horizontal extension, and then it's just energy trapping them. With help of friendlies, there is nothing they can do. This is nice thing about this game, how the trucks going back and forth. Yeah, let's go. Have a look how these trucks are moving. It's like a glitch. Please, War Thunder, do something about it. You got such a nice game. This could be better. I am not programmer, but after you've done so much good work with all those physical aspects of the game, this shouldn't be too hard, or is it? I don't know. Thank you all for watching, and hopefully I will see you with the next video. Thank you.